my reason for me, and one of the things I've written down because I have and everyone should have a lifetime goal. I've written for myself what I want to happen on my dying day. When I'm on my dying bed, I know what I want to be going through my mind. And one of it is that I've excelled in this area, this calling part for me, this teaching calling part for me, that I've excelled in it, have been impactful, I've changed lives. People are grateful that I exist. People are grateful that I passed through. People are grateful that they met me, because their life did not remain the same. I did not, I was a consequential person. Everyone that makes me has to make a decision for good or for bad. I don't make people comfortable in their laziness. I don't make people comfortable in their mediocrity. I don't make people comfortable in their sin. I don't make people comfortable in laziness. I shake a table to push people to excellence, to push people to put in their best, for people to seek, for excellence. That is what I've written for myself, that I want to be able to say, on my dying bed, that I've accomplished. That's why I do what I do. That's why I have this kind of session and I've devoted time to do it. That's why I prepared for this, right? It's because I have set it as a goal for my passage in this life, right? And I want to get it done so that on my dying bed, I will die empty. I will die having accomplished it. Heaven will know, earth will know, hell will know that someone lived, someone passed through this place, right? And you can have the same goal for yourself, whatsoever that place it is for you, right? You can have the same goal for yourself, whatever it is that's important to you in your life. Decide what it is you want to get out of it. Decide what it is that you want to get out of your life as a whole. Yeah, your life as a whole. What is it that you want to get out of your life as a whole? Right? As a whole, what do you want to get out of your life or your dying bed? What do you want to say to yourself? What is it that you want to have accomplished on your dying bed? Right? And begin then to do today the things that will make that happen. Right? So have a lifetime goal. Have a goal for the next, for what do I need to start doing today? That will make that life goal come to pass. What do I need to have accomplished this year? That will work towards that life goal. What do I need to have accomplished in 5 years, in 10 years, in 20 years to make that life goal come to pass? And before you know it, the year will be done. Before you know it, 5 years will be done. Before you know it, 10 years will be done. Before you know it, 20 years will be done. Before you know it, don't waste another second. Don't waste another minute. Don't waste another hour. Don't waste another day. Don't waste another week. Don't waste another month. Start. Start where you are. Start doing something. You don't need to start big. Start where you are with what you have right now. And what you have will expand. Right? You don't need to wait for anything bigger than what you have right now to start to walk towards your goal, to start to become the person you've always wanted to be. Start where you are. Start with what you have. Start with the time that you have. And begin to build. Start doing something. No matter how little it is, it's a little that becomes much. Start. Right? So that's the way to live life. That's the way to live life, a life that's impactful, a life that will make a difference. And how to work at a high level of performance. How to bubble up from a crowd. And gain notoriety in this life. And when you gain notoriety, you produce value. You'll be rewarded for it. You will be rewarded for it. Your life cannot remain little. Scriptures will tell us that, have you seen a man diligent in his work? He will not sit with mere men, he will sit with kings. Right? If you put what you have, your best, into whatever it is that you're doing, you will sit with kings. You'll be called to the palace. You'll be rewarded for it. I just quoted Warren Buffett, during last week, and he says, whatsoever it is that you're doing, be the best at it. Whatever it is you're doing, be the best at it. Differentiate yourself in whatever it is that you're doing. This that I'm doing right now, I'm differentiating myself. I'm putting my best into it. I'm not trying to be like anybody. I don't have anybody that I want to be like. I just want to be me, but making an impact, right? When you talk about communication, there is what we call there's an art to communication, there's a science of communication, right? The science is the same for everybody. There are basic rules, principles around communication and making presentations like this. But there's also the art to it, what your person brings to it, the rules, the heart of it, right? The science, everybody knows that. Work at the same level. Your person makes a difference. Your person that you bring to it, right? Your innovation, your act, your imagination, right? That is what differentiates you from a crowd, right? That's what differentiates you. That's what makes people seek after you. They seek after the value that you bring to the table, right? All right. So Rasmus Ankerson says that in his experience, top performers are able to pinpoint extremely precisely the moment that they found inspiration and thought to themselves, that's what I want to be. You see, top performers are able to locate that time when they got born again for performance. Permit me to use that word. They were able to say, this was my born again experience. This was my come to Jesus experience. This at this point in time, I decided I'm not just going to be mediocre. I'm going to be like this. I'm going to be like that. I'm going to put in the effort to make a difference. Right. And don't forget the book is about Rasmus going to some 6 different places to see how they perform at a high level, and it's saying in all of these 6 places that they went to, you could see that every top performer had one time, had their come to Jesus moment when they decided, I'm going to put in my best to be the best, right? I'm going to shoot for this height. I want to be like this person and maybe better than that person, right? So you also have to make that decision. It's a decision, right? You're not going to get high performance by accident. It's not going to be happenstance. Why? Because there's a lot to do. That's a sacrifice to get there. That's a sacrifice I make to do this, right? My wife doesn't like sacrifice I make, but it is what it is. I've decided that this is important to me. Therefore, I've canceled every other thing to make this happen. And then just happen in such a way that I'm proud of it. And if I'm proud of it, guess what? God will be proud of it also. Guess what? It's going to make a difference for people that listen to it. It's going to bless them, right? If I'm going to do it, I'm going to do it. That's the principle, the power of present moment. If you're going to be anywhere that you are, be there, right? So I do this in the afternoon so I don't get to go to church on Sunday morning because I don't want to rush to church, rush here. This is my most important thing on a Sunday. And I get that would hurt the feelings of some religious people. That's why I didn't want to say it earlier, but I'll say it. Right. I don't get to go to church on Sunday morning. I can't even remember when last I did because I got to do this every Sunday. Right. I probably do when I travel. Right. But this is my most important thing on Sunday. I cancel every other thing to get this done because I've decided this is important to me. This is important on my journey of life. This is important to the one who has created me. This is the one I'm going to answer back to him about. Right? This is my church on Sunday. Right? That's not yours, but this is me. This is my church on Sunday. So I put everything into it, meaning that I shut down my schedule on Sunday morning to prepare for this.